Now, I think we can all tell by now from all of the videos that I've made that Pokemon is most definitely one of, if not my favorite game franchise of all time. And with all of the recent updates that made Pokemon Go awesome again, Pokemon Let's Go coming to the Switch, and Generation 8 just around the corner, there is a lot to be excited for if you're a Pokemon fan. But with all of that being said, I did say that Pokemon is one of my favorite games of all time, meaning that there are other games that I enjoy talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, you won't be seeing me switching over to any other content besides Pokemon, but E3 did just come and go, and a game that for sure caught my attention is none other than Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I mean, if you're a Nintendo fan in general, how can you not be excited for a new Smash game on the Switch? And honestly, I can't hold my excitement any longer, so I finally decided to break out of my shell and make a video that isn't about Pokemon for once. And what better way to kick off this new chapter than to talk about my top 5 new characters that I personally would like to see pop up in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Now, I know Sakurai told us not to expect too many challengers, but that doesn't directly mean we're not going to get any. Plus, I still think there's a little room for a couple more fighters, and there's still going to be DLC characters, so yeah, we should expect some new characters. And ever since the introduction of Cloud, Snake, and even Ryu, I think any video game character is possible to show up in these future games. So some of the people on this list may be a bit outlandish to you, but remember, we have Cloud in Smash. Cloud. And finally, what I'll be factoring into this video is not only a reasoning as to why the character should be in the game, but also possible up, down, and side smash attacks, a recovery move, assist trophies, and of course, the final smash. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend. And with that being said, let's get started. So coming in at the number 5 spot, we have a character that is sure to rip and tear his way through the competition. Literally. I am of course talking about the iconic Marine on Mars Doom guy. Now I know what you might be thinking. The big boy Eryizo, the Doom guy, the way too violent for these Smash Bros. It just wouldn't be working well. Well, I actually feel the exact opposite. I think because of how violent Doom is, it would actually be both charming and comical to have him toned down to a more teenage kind of violence. Also, seeing him beating down a Pikachu would be pretty freaking hilarious. I also believe this isn't too much of a pipe dream, being that Bethesda now has a fantastic relationship with Nintendo, putting games like Skyrim, Doom, and Wolfenstein 2 on their latest console. They seem to be very happy with sales and fan reactions to the games on the system, so it would make sense for them to possibly have him added to the roster. Now, as to how Doom Guy would play, I can imagine him being a tad slower than average, but also packing really powerful hits. And for his various smashes, we have a powerful uppercut as his up smash, a downward barrage of bullets for his down smash, which could be reminiscent of the original cover of Doom, and finally a devastating double axe handle to the gut with his side smash. In terms of recovery options, he would have rocket-like thrusters on his suit that would allow him to have a higher double jump, much like the 2016 version of Doom. For an assist trophy, Doom Guy could have one of his more iconic foes being the Revenant, which is a skeleton with a jetpack equipped with missiles. I think this addition would definitely get a scare out of your opponents and would be pretty powerful for spreading damage. And finally, for his final Smash, what other than the BFG 9000 could be Doom Guy's ultimate attack? Now, of course, they would just have to call it the BFG, as I don't think Nintendo would show its full name being the Big F***ing Gun, but who knows, maybe times will change. I doubt it, but as to how it would work in-game, you can pretty much keep it the same way as it is in Doom, being a powerful shot that chain electrocutes enemies near each other. Now, since they have to tone down the whole murder thing, I think instead of the BFG exploding those hit by it, it would simply just smash them off the screen. All in all, while some may think they wouldn't go through the effort of toning down such a violent character to fit them into their game, I believe Nintendo and their new mindset of what games can be on their systems definitely builds a case for the possibility of having Doom Guy join the battle. So at the number 4 spot, we have a very popular yet perhaps less realistic choice being Banjo and Kazooie. BanjoKazooie has a long and sad history with Nintendo. Rareware had formed a partnership with Nintendo in the mid-90s to make some exclusive games for the SNES and the N64. Most notably the Donkey Kong Country games, and arguably one of the best 3D platformers of all time being BanjoKazooie. Unfortunately though, Rare was bought by Microsoft in the early 2000s, taking away Nintendo's rights to the IPs they didn't really create themselves. Now trust me, I can go on forever talking about Microsoft's mistreatment of Rare, but that's not what this video is for. So with all of that being said, why don't we actually talk about the reasoning as to why Banjo and Kazooie could possibly make it into Smash Ultimate. We've actually had the head of Xbox at Microsoft, Phil Spencer, come out and say on multiple occasions that he would be completely fine with letting the beloved duo appear in Smash. And clearly the fans want it as well, as it was believed to be one of the most popular choices on the Smash ballot for Smash 4. And again, with Nintendo's new mindset, which includes crossplay with Xbox, I see no reason as to why they wouldn't accept Phil Spencer's offer. So in terms of how Banjo and Kazooie would play, you can probably just make the case for the two just being an Echo Fighter for Duck Hunt Dog, with a few minor changes to suit the characters more. For their Smash moves, you could probably just have the up smash B flap flip, which is essentially a backflip performed in the air. Down smash could be Kazooie's main move, which is essentially just shooting eggs out of her freaking ass. And then finally, their side smash could be Beak Barge, which is a powerful charge and jab attack. For recovery, the obvious option would be for Kazooie to have an extended flying move that works essentially the same as Duck Hunt Dog's. For assist trophies, the obvious choice would have to be Brentilda and Gruntilda. Brentilda would definitely be a healer, whereas Gruntilda would be an obstacle that hits people with her broomstick as she flies across the screen. And for the final smash, what else would be more perfect than summoning the mighty Jinjonator, which is essentially a giant Jinjo god that takes out anything in its path. So while yes, there is a decent chance this won't be happening because Banjo is no longer a Nintendo character, it is nice to have a little bit of hope, and with the head of Xbox giving his blessing, I am certainly filled with it. Next up, we have another popular choice, one that if you didn't want to see in Smash, you'd have to be pretty heartless. Boo! You stink! Anyways, I'm talking of course about Sora from Kingdom Hearts. This is definitely one of the more realistic choices, being that we already have Cloud in Smash, as well as the fact that Square Enix is dedicating an entire division to making original Switch games. Square has also expressed the possibility at bringing Kingdom Hearts 3 over to the Switch after the games are released for the other consoles. Needless to say, they're pretty hyped about the Switch, so it's only natural that we would eventually see one of their most popular franchises show up at some point in time. But to be honest, the only amazing thing we can do with Sora is change the different Keyblades he uses in battle, similar to how Shulk can change his arts, but that's pretty much it. He's basically just a sword fighter. Now for his smash attacks, he could do sort of a upward drill attack with his Keyblade for his up smash, his down smash could use Donald and his magic attacks, and lastly his side smash could be Goofy charging with his shield. For his recovery options, he could definitely be assisted by his up smash in addition to having a Shulk-like slashing of his Keyblade. And assist trophy wise, he could definitely have Mickey as an additional Keyblade fighter, and maybe some Heartless to create a smoky obstacle on the screen. And lastly, for his final smash, of course we have to use his final form from Kingdom Hearts 2. During this final smash, he would now be able to use 2 Keyblades at once, and I believe the best combo he could perform would have to be the final arts attack. That essentially makes both Keyblades spin around him and hit many enemies at once while still allowing him to move. All in all, while Sora might yet be another sword user, the plethora of different Keyblades he could have access to would definitely make him a unique and fun character to play as, and I really hope we get to see him in Smash Bros. Ultimate. So far, our list has only consisted of third-party and rival company characters, so it's only natural we'd have to have some additional Nintendo characters joining the fight. So I have to say, this number 2 spot, ironically enough, is not really reaching. And reaching is what this character does best. We have the bouncer himself, Springman. Nintendo's newest IP would obviously be a great fit for Smash that I don't really need to elaborate on it too much, so let's just bounce right into how it would play. Get it? Get bounce? Bounce? Yeah. First off, Springman probably has the potential to be the most unique fighter on this list because of those extendable arms. I can imagine that in Smash his regular punches would probably be very light, but with the ability to extend his arms out very far, he would most definitely have the largest reach out of any Smash character thus far. These two things could also be implemented in his much more powerful grabs, as that is a very prominent form of attack in arms. But of course, there needs to be some balancing to ensure Springman isn't broken, and the way they could do that is directly taking inspiration from arms itself, and having his arms be damageable. Essentially what I'm saying is, if you have a Springman main getting a little too greedy with those expendable appendages, you can punish them for it by making their arms unusable for a short period of time. Moving on, much like the Inkling, Springman would have his own quirk for his shield. In arms, guarding allows you to change, well, your arms, which is very confusing, but it also allows you to temporarily deal more damage and use more elemental effects based on the arms you have equipped. So naturally, that's something I believe they should use. Lastly, for his regular features, they could also implement one of his special abilities, being that when his damage meter is high, his arms stay permanently charged, which allows him to perform stronger elemental attacks. Moving on to his smashes, I think a simple uppercut would suffice for his up smash, having a secondary grab and throw to the ground for his down smash, and a simple low jab for his side smash. For recovery, well, it's pretty obvious he would be using his arms. Being that they're so long, he would definitely be able to escape losing a stock a bit easier than most. However, if his arms happen to be damaged and unusable, this would naturally mean he wouldn't be able to grab the ledge during the time. For an assist trophy, I think it would have to be the other cover mascot of the game, Ribbon Girl. And finally, for the final smash, we can just take the inspiration from Springman's rush attack. It's just a fast barrage of punches with the added elemental effects. Simple enough. So, while I haven't played ARMS that much myself, I definitely can appreciate the amazingly creative concept, and I think it would only be natural to squeeze in one of their fighters into the Smash family. And finally, coming in at the number 1 spot, we have easily one of the most popular choices among gamers right now, and that is none other than Crash Bandicoot. The original trilogy of Crash games were always PS1 exclusives, and to some people, those are really the only main series games that matters for Crash. But then came along the Insane trilogy, and for the first year, it remained a PS4 exclusive, but in March, through a Nintendo Direct, it was announced that the game would be coming to all systems, much to everybody's enjoyment. So now with the remastered OG Crash games coming to the Switch less than a week from now, I think the time is perfect to add this beloved gaming icon to the most popular gaming crossover fighting game. For his smash attacks, he would have a sort of somersault kick for his up smash, a belly flop for his down smash, and a classic spin move for his side smash. For recovery, I think using his spin attack could definitely help him get some distance if he's far away from the stage, but something more interesting would have to be a quick use of the jetpack he uses in Cortex Strikes Back. Much like Rob, there should definitely be a limit and a visible way to tell if Crash is low on fuel. For assist trophies, we can have Aku Aku flying around the stage, causing damage to opponents, and perhaps even Coco Bandicoot to cause even more mayhem. And for his final smash, what I have in mind was a tribute to the stressful Boulder Dash level. Crash would freak out and start running away so that he can hide, while anyone else on the stage in the boulder's way would be flattened or taken out. Not only does this give a nice throwback to the original Crash games, but it also maintains the humor that we all know and love about Crash. So not only do I believe that Crash has the greatest chance to show up in Smash Ultimate, but thinking about how much fun it would be to play as him makes me really excited for him. And if any of these characters were to somehow make the cut, I would hope it would be this crazy Bandicoot. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and let me know in the comments section below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel and become an Eryizo today. I know some of you guys have only subscribed to my channel because of my Pokemon content, but that's not the only videos I want to make. And I honestly appreciate each and every one of you who are sticking by and giving this video a chance. If you want to check out the previous video I did, be sure to click the annotation on the left. If you want to see more Pokemon Let's Go videos, click the other annotation on the right. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time.